It was a Black Friday indeed for the Utes last week, and coming up in sports, I'll tell you how the Utes lost to Colorado not only knocked them out of the Pac-12 championship game, but how it'll affect where they'll go bowling this holiday season.
I'm here with University of Utah's own celebrity entrepreneur. More in the story coming up.
Coming up, I'll tell you the secrets of how yoga can benefit your life.
Hello, Worley, and I'll tell you how you can help out this Christmas with KU Radio's Operation Chimney Drop.
And we have Tanner Hall cooking up some French toast. He'll show us how we can too. All these stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
From the campus of the University of Utah. News produced by students for students.
Good evening, I'm Angela Worley, and welcome to Newsbreak.
And I'm Zach Arthur. Next semester is just right around the corner. You can register for classes now by logging onto your CIS account. Go to utah.edu and log on to see all of the available courses that you can sign up for. Classes begin Monday, January 9th, and the last day to add classes is Monday, January 23rd. Classes fill up fast, so be sure to log on soon to make sure that you get the classes that you need.
Cupcake Wars is one of Food Network's most tasty competitions. Eric Larson, one of our very own University of Utah students, was a contestant on the show and is here to tell us all about it. Rachel?
Thank you, Angela. I'm here with Eric Larson, who's a University of Utah student, owner of Heaven Cupcakes, and a former contestant on Food Network's Cupcake Wars. Eric, tell us a little bit about your experience on Cupcake Wars.
It was definitely really scary. We'd only been in business for about 5 months. It was my first business I've ever owned and first restaurant food baking venture I had done. So it was pretty scary, but it was a lot of fun, really exciting. We were going up against some big teams from Cleveland and San Francisco, and so it was definitely scary, but I was definitely really excited.
Tell us about some of the cupcakes you've baked for us.
So this morning, they're all fresh baked whenever we deliver them. Right here on the far left for everyone, it's a pumpkin cupcake. We made this for the holidays with a cinnamon cream cheese frosting and half a pecan there on top. And then this one's actually just a vanilla cupcake with chocolate cheesecake. It's a New York style cheesecake. Chocolate frosting with Utah's own Amano chocolate there on top. And then this is a mixed berry cupcake with a strawberry frosting, strawberry cream cheese frosting. It's my wife's favorite.
Eric, what's the biggest challenge that you face being a full-time student here, a dad, and owner of Heaven Cupcakes?
Definitely just finding time to make the cupcakes, get all the ingredients. I mean, there's a lot, you know, when you're running any type of business. You have to get the supply, you know, meet the demand. Also, I'm keeping up the website, Twitter feed, social, you know. So definitely just finding the time, but it's nice to be able to hang out with my daughter while I do that, so.
I understand that the university helped start your business here. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a program called The Foundry through the School of Business here, and they just help entrepreneurs, and I decided to start a food business, and my wife and I decided to do cupcakes, and through The Foundry, they helped me start baking here at the CRCC building. That was a huge help. It cut down on a lot of our upfront costs, so we've actually been able to turn a lot of profit even in our first year of business. So
perfect.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
Sacrificing time is also something that students that are part of the marching band here at the University of Utah are all too familiar with. Charlie Colbert gives us a glimpse into what it is like to be a part of this program.
Requiring 15 to 20 hours per week above other college commitments, why do these students sacrifice that time for marching band?
I don't know what it is. I love being around these people and being in the band. It's not easy, but I make it work.
How many organizations are there that are on the field of Rice-Eccles Stadium or, you know, traveling all over the country, you know, playing for thousands of people?
These two members say the investment of this time in return gives them a common themed reward.
This is such a rush. The feeling is it's so great to be part of something that's so bigger than yourself. It's like, it's hard to describe.
Emotionally, like you feel like a part of something that's bigger than what you could do by yourself. Like, yeah, I can play my mellophone, but if I don't have my 14 other members of my section it's just me playing.
While every college graduate may or may not have a favorite college memory, Paul and Elise say theirs will come from marching band.
My most cherished memory will be marching with the band and marching out on the snow during pregame. I thought that was the coolest thing.
The friends that I made here, I made my best friends in marching band and gone some really cool places, and that's definitely going to be the highlight of my college career. Not sitting in my math classes or, my science, but the marching band aspect.
For Newsbreak, this has been Charlie Culbreth.
Red Butte Gardens Natural History Museum was just the benefactor of a makeover. Joseph Laney has more on the story.
Utah's Natural History Museum in the new Rio Tinto Center by Red Butte Garden is open after a $102 million revamp.
You can see more than 7 new galleries. These galleries range everywhere from Native Voices, which features the 5 Indian nations of Utah, to our Life Gallery, which features exhibits on DNA and cells and populations, to Past Worlds, which features dinosaurs that lived here in Utah. These exhibits were designed to be hands-on and extremely interactive, and for all ages. So you could find something for everybody if you visit the Natural History Museum of Utah. Check our website and you could encounter a program called Scientists in the Spotlight. Now these scientists usually come from the University of Utah. You'll be able to get up to date on the exciting research that's going on right here on campus.
The museum is a stunning building, and it's absolutely amazing exhibits inside of the natural environment and the history of the natural environment here. It's truly spectacular.
We asked Sam if he had a favorite dinosaur.
Teeth. The ones with the long neck.
All of them.
All of them.
Putting Utahns in touch with their natural history. This is Joseph Laney reporting for Newsbreak.
Breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day, but finding time to prepare it can be hard. Tanner Hall shows us a quick and easy way to make French toast.
Thanks, guys. Well, today on this cooking segment of Newsbreak, I'm going to show all the viewers how to make French toast so all the students know of a delicious alternative to their early morning cereal routine. Now, in order to make the batter for the French toast, you're going to need a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of cinnamon, 4 eggs, and a cup of milk. You're going to add this all into a shallow bowl and mix it up to an even consistency. Now, you can substitute the sugar for a little honey or even vanilla. Once that's all mixed up, what you're going to do is take a piece of bread. I usually like whole grain bread. You're going to place it in the bowl and then rotate each side so each side's evenly distributed with the batter. Once that's done, you are going to place it on a griddle like so. And when we come back, I am going to show all the viewers the finishing touches and show you the finished product of French toast. All right, welcome back. Now, once the bread is on the grill, you're going to want to toss it and turn until each side is at a golden brown tint. When that is done, it's going to look more like this. And when that happens, you can add butter and syrup to your liking. Other things you can add to it is fruit. You can add jam and powdered sugar. But that's French toast, and enjoy it home.
Thanks, Tanner. Making breakfast isn't the only thing that can be quick and easy.
Commuting in class on your longboard definitely has its benefits. Matt Williams gives us a glimpse into this alternative mode of transportation around campus.
Walking around on campus, you've probably seen skateboarders speeding around. If you pay attention, you'll probably see the same skaters again and again. That's because the conditions on campus are perfect for longboarding.
Well, it's downhill all the way. I think the main incentive is that you have tracks to ride back up. So you get a pass, you can ride up, and you don't have to hike up the hill.
Tracks acts as a longboarding lift. They ride the train from Ricycle Stadium up to the Mario and Campeche stop. From there, boarders can ride the entire way back to the stadium without having to get off their boards. Starting and stopping their runs at the same location doesn't mean they get bored of it.
There's lots of bike trails and sidewalks and different routes that you can take, and from challenging to mild. So pretty much any skill level can take a run.
University ID cards allow students to ride the lift for free. Students are not the only ones who ride these courses. Others can buy a pass for $5.50, which allows them to ride tracks all day. But how do others know about this ideal boarding spot?
Well, my friend used to longboard up here. He's a family friend, and I just came up here with him 1 year and skated, and been skating ever since.
There are paths for bikers and boarders only, but does this extra traffic make it difficult for pedestrians?
No, not really, because I come here mainly over breaks, and that's when I do my skating and people are off campus.
Longboarding traffic is heaviest during the late afternoon and on weekends. For Newsbreak, I'm Matthew Williams.
The Utes wrapped up their regular season last week against Colorado in the Rumble in the Rockies. Matt Coma joins us now with more on the Utes and what's next for the football team.
Thanks, Zach. Well, going into the weekend, the Utes needed 3 things to happen in order to win the Pac-12 South and get into the first ever Pac-12 championship game. First off, they needed UCLA to beat USC, which happened as the Trojans beat the UCLA Bruins 15-0. Second, they needed a loss by Arizona State, which also happened as they lost by 9 to Cal. All they needed to do was win at home on Senior Day against a team that had lost 24 straight road games coming into Friday's game at Rice-Eccles. Sounds like it's in the bag, right? Well, the Utes seem to have other plans. The offense mustered up only 39 yards and 1 first down in the first half as they could not catch up and lost to the Buffaloes 17-14. After John White left the game with an injury on this play in the first half, the offense could not get anything going until late, as the Utes are now 0-5 when John White doesn't run for 100 yards. But the big story of the day was this man right here, Coleman Peterson. After being named the Pac-12 Special Teams Player of the Week, he went 0 for 3, including this 26-yard chip shot, which would have tied the game at 17 late in the fourth quarter. So the Utes finished the season 3rd in the Pac-12 South Division with a 7-5 record as they head into the bowl season. So the big question is, where will the Utes go? Here are all those 6 bowls that are expected to have Pac-12 teams in them, with only 6 teams in the Pac-12 currently being bowl eligible. Assuming Oregon wins on Saturday and goes to the Rose Bowl, and Stanford gets an at-large bid to most likely the Fiesta Bowl, here's how the projections are supposed to play out. Now, the Alamo Bowl gets first picked of 3 7-5 teams, which will be Washington, Cal, and Utah. I had a chance to speak with the Alamo Bowl CEO at the game on Friday, and he told me if the Utes would have won on Friday, they would have likely been invited to the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio. Now, Washington is expected to be picked and will play against a team from the Big 12. The Holiday Bowl gets second pick between Utah and Cal, and it is expected that they would take Cal because they're a more exciting choice than the Utes are right now. That means that the Utes, who were a game away from playing in the Alamo Bowl at worst, are now dropped all the way down to the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas, where they'll play against a team from the ACC, most likely Georgia Tech, on New Year's Eve. Of course, this is all speculation right now. We'll find out on Sunday when all of the bowls are announced where the Utes will actually go. And that's going to do it for me. For more on the bowl projections as well as everything Utes, be sure to listen to the Red Zone every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. on KUTE Radio and KUTEradio.org.
KUTE Radio is teaming up with the College of Humanities for Operation Chimney Drop. The Holiday Bash will take place Friday, December 2nd at the Heritage Center. Doors will open at 5:30 p.m. The concert is free for students and $5 for non-students. However, anyone can get in free if they bring a donation. Cash donations are also accepted. The goal of Operation Chimney Drop is to supply the Salt Lake Head Start program with toys, books, and school supplies for the kids. The Holiday Bash will be hosted by comedian Brian Pope, and the performers include SLFM, LaRusso, Exit Strategy, The Anchorage, and the Mooks.
Lexi is in studio with yoga instructor Sarah to show and tell us the benefits of yoga. Lexi?
So I'm here with Sarah, a yoga instructor at the University of Utah, and Marie, a substitute instructor at the university as well. So Sarah, can you tell us some of the health benefits of doing yoga?
Sure. So yoga is a really great practice because it really helps balance the body in all planes. So it really helps just get your breath moving and all of your blood and everything kind of oxygenated and healthy. It's an awesome practice just to get your body moving if you've been stagnant for a while, or just to recover or rehab from an injury. It's a super versatile sport.
And so what is the best way for a newbie to get into yoga?
You know, yoga can be a little bit intimidating if you're brand new, if you're practicing next to very veteran practitioners. But there's a lot of free intro classes and fundamentals classes. We have yoga here offered for credit or at the field house as well. And it's a blast. There's always a good class where you can find a good mix of people at your same ability.
So how many classes are you teaching right now?
I'm teaching about 10 classes a week right now, and it's a riot. We have tons of fun.
So how often do you have to do yoga to make it beneficial?
You know, the more you put into yoga, the more you're going to get out of it. But if you only do yoga 20 minutes in your entire life, you'll be better off.
So you guys have some positions to demonstrate for us?
Sure. So Marie just finished kind of a nice little hip opener, and then she's also opening pretty much all of the legs here. It's really important that you are supported in all planes of the body, just so you don't compress anything or get injured. But Marie's been practicing for a while, so she has a good, healthy, strong practice. You would never know that she broke her neck over Labor Day.
Wow. Oh.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. Well, so how long have you both been doing yoga?
Marie's been practicing since 2007. I've been practicing since 2005. And it's just a fun practice. There's always another layer, another new thing to try and play with.
Yeah, so what is this called?
This is just a handstand, but she has a really strong balanced core, so she's able just to press straight up onto her hands. And yeah, you can get yourself in all sorts of positions.
Wow, well, thanks for coming over, and back to you, Angela.
Thanks, Lexi.
All right, so Matt, Angela is a very big football fan.
Okay.
All right. The team didn't do well. What does she have to look forward to in the future years?
As far as the Utes and...
As far as the Utes, is it a promising future?
I would say it's a promising future. Of course, you'll have Jordan Wynn coming back. He's coming off the shoulder surgery, so he should be back. John Hayes will be able to compete for that spot now that he's kind of proven himself as well. Chase Hansen, prospect from Lone Peak High School, is coming in as well, so you'll be solid at quarterback. Receiver core will still be good. John White still has another year as far as running backs go. The defense has looked great already. Derek Shelby, Starlo Tulele, both first-team Pac-12, all Pac-12. So they're both should be coming back. Should be a solid core team for this team come the second year around for this team.
All right. It's like you got some things to look forward to.
Can't wait.
Definitely. Maybe if they do some yoga.
You know I'd say some ballet or some yoga, they can stretch out. You can get things going.
How about men's basketball? Rough start.
It's been a really rough start. Of course, coming off the road trip to the Bahamas, going 0-4, losing to Harvard, Cal State, Northridge, the teams that most people think that the Utes should be able to beat. Of course, it's going to be a very long season for the Utes. It's going to be a rebuilding year. Coach K, his first year. It'll be interesting to see how they do as far as the Pac-12 schedule goes. They have a very, very, very likely that they could go 0-16 in the Pac-12 conference schedules, which is very scary.
Tough. That's tough. Do you think the new coaching staff will actually help, or
I
is
think
it
it
going to hurt
will.
them
It's
more?
just going to take time. Is the
Okay.
thing. You may not see the success as far as early, but going down the road, I give it another year or two. You should be good.
Excellent. All right. Well, I mean, personally, as a basketball fan myself, I'm excited to see how they do. I don't think they're going to do that well, but I think they're going to. It's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be a rebuilding year, but we'll watch Ute basketball, see how they do.
All right. Well,
And that does it for this week's episode of Newsbreak, produced by students for students.
see these stories again, or see other stories, log on to newsbreak.utah.edu. Thanks for watching, and have a great night.